Hi, hello, and welcome back, everybody, to Wolf Tales. Last time, we had breakfast, and we also learned that Mirari is going to have to stay a little bit longer, for at least a few more days. Alright. Okay, I finished dusting, tidying up the storeroom, and washing your clothes, Mirari says. Please, tell me what you would like to do next. I stare at Mirari in blank amazement as she announces her productivity with vigor. A short while ago, when Mirari asked if there was anything she could do to help out, I half-heartedly listed several chores which I had been putting off doing myself. To my surprise, Mirari seems to have completed all the tasks I offered to him far more quickly than I would have. You're done already? I ask her. Yep, she says. I managed to get the bloodstains out of your yellow shirt. Seriously? I ask. I've been trying to get those out for months. How are you so good at this, Mirari? I ask her. I don't think I've ever known a human being half as prompt or as hardworking as you are. You're praising me too much, she says. I'm really not anything special. Don't sell yourself short, Mirari, I say. Not many people could walk straight into a home of another race and outdo them like this. That's only because I'm used to this kind of work, Mirari says. This is nothing really new to me. I raise an eyebrow at Mirari's odd response. So you've done this stuff before? I guess cleaning clothes is a given since you've been wearing them from the moment I found you, but just how similar is half-wolf culture to that of humans? Are your homes just like ours? Do you have the same chores that we do? I ask her. That's a bit... I mean, some of us live in houses, she says, though most of us don't. Ah, so you're one of the few who do? That's lucky. Yes, well, that's because I... Princess Fuyu is her name? Mirari freezes as she hears someone shout out, seemingly frightened by the voice of the one calling out. Rather than pay her reaction any mind, however, I turn towards the door in irritation. Oh, come on, I say. I chose this place because it's supposed to be away from civilization. How have I gotten 2 visitors in this many days, I ask. When I get my hands on the agent who sold me this place, I'll... Princess, Fuyu says. Ah, I say. The moment I open the door, my body is thrown to the floor. I'm barreled over in a heartbeat before I could even lay my eyes on the interloper. Ah, shit. What's the big deal, you little... wolf girl, I ask? My eyes widen in amazement as I spot yet another girl with furry ears and a tail. I slowly raise to my feet, taking my eyes off of her only for a second, as I close and lock the door once more. Mirari, is this girl a friend of... Princess, Fuyu says. Eep, Mirari says. Mirari cowers behind the couch as the new girl shouts at her. Maybe they aren't friends after all. Wait a minute, Princess? I think to myself. Curious about the girl's relationship, I decide to butt out for a minute and allow them to converse. Why did you follow me all the way here? Mirari asked. I should have made my intentions perfectly clear. Don't ask stupid questions, says Fuyu. You're our princess, of course someone's going to come looking for you. But it was a blizzard out there, Mirari says. You could have been killed. The same goes for you, princess, says Fuyu angrily. How could I not be worried when you suddenly went out in the middle of that storm? I didn't ask you to worry about me, Mirari says. I can take care of myself, you know. Oh yeah, Fuyu says. I can totally see that by the fact that you're seeking refuge with a human. How unsightly. Our princess boarding with some low-life human? Fuckboy King is not a low-life, Mirari says, defending me. He took me in when I was cold and hungry, gave me food and shelter, and none of that would have been necessary if you just stayed with the pack, Fuyu says, angrily. Whatever this guy has done for you, the fact of the matter is that this situation is a result of your own selfishness. You can't just suddenly declare you're leaving, princess. It doesn't work like that, Fuyu says. I know, Mirari says. I know I shouldn't have left without giving notice like that, but nothing, Fuyu says. You are safe now, and that's all that matters. Come, let us return and tell your mother the good news. She must be worried sick about you, Fuyu says. Princess, Fuyu says. I don't want to go, says Mirari. What? asks Fuyu. What do you mean you don't want to go back? This is our pack we're talking about. You must return, Fuyu says. I'm not going, says Mirari. The hell you aren't, says Fuyu. The aggressive half-wolf grabs Mirari by the wrist and forcefully drags her towards the door. Mirari tries to resist, but it's clear that the new girl is much stronger than she is. Before this forceful girl can reach the door, however, let's call out to her. Wait a minute, I say. Hearing my shouts, both the girls turn to face me. What is it, asks Fuyu. Do you have a problem with us taking our leave? Well, not exactly. It's just, I say. Just what, asks Fuyu. Spit it out, human. I breathe a deep sigh and then glare at the forceful wolf girl. What is it? Asks Fuyu. What's with that look you're giving me? Are you trying to intimidate me? A proud soldier of... Shut up, I say. The girl flinches as I speak to her in a serious tone of voice. I take a few steps closer, using our difference in height to unintentionally increase the effect of my intimidation. But I'm not just going to stand here and watch as you force Mirari to go along with your willfulness. But I can't leave without the princess, says Fuyu. If I do that, I'll be banished for sure, she says. And if you leave with Mirari, you'll be putting her in danger, I say. Fuyu says. Listen to me. Just last night, Mirari was both freezing and starving. She could have died given the state she was in. I tell her. I'm not about to let you into the cold to her death, do you understand? I ask her. Fuyu says. Sulking, the girl nods. Faced with the very real prospect of Mirari's death, she can't bring herself to refute my words. Fuckboy King, does this mean you let me stay a little while longer, Mirari asks me? That's right, I say. Just until you're healthy enough to be up and about on your own. Oh, thank goodness, says Mirari. Thank you so much, Fuckboy King. You have no idea how much this means to me. Says Fuyu. He's just letting you stay in this dumb shack of his. It's nothing worth being thankful over, says Fuyu. Now, says Mirari. Don't be like that, Fuyu. Oh, I know. Why don't I make lunch for the three of us, says Mirari. Lunch? Fuyu asks. 3 of us, I ask? I raise an eyebrow at Mirari's proposition. Fuyu, on the other hand, begins to wag her tail with her ears clearly perked up. That's right. Won't it be wonderful to eat hot food together in this warm, cozy cabin? Asks Mirari. Well, when you put it that way, Fuyu says, I guess it doesn't sound that bad. Oi, don't just decide these things on your own, I say. I never said that this rude girl could stay. Upon hearing my complaint, Mirari's ears begin to droop. She looks up at me with big watery eyes as though silently pleading for her friend to join us. I mean it. No one invited guests. And besides, we just ate breakfast. It's too soon to be... Fuyu whimpers. Fuyu stands beside Mirari and pulls the exact same maneuver. Like a pair of puppies, they look up at me pleading, appealing to my conscience and humanity. Damn it, I say. Fine, do as you please. Yes, says Mirari excitedly. Woohoo, Fuyu agrees. The moment I give my consent, Mirari and Fuyu both start to jump up and down. Tails wagging, teeth showing, they both appear to be thrilled by the notion of sharing a hot meal together. This calls for a celebration, says Mirari. I'll make something extra special with plenty to go around for all 3 of us. No, don't do that, I say. Like I said, we only just ate breakfast. I'm really not hungry. Something special, asked Fuyu. Like what? Did this guy bring a bunch of amazing food from human civilization? He sure did, says Mirari. I've only tried 1 dish so far, but I'm sure the other ones are just as delicious. Hey, are you 2 even listening to me, I ask? No celebrating and no serving for me. Got that? I ask him. Oh, I can't wait, says Fuyu. I'm getting hungry just thinking about eating the princess's delicious cooking. I'm glad to hear that, says Mirari. I'll get started right away. Just let me head into the storeroom and find something to cook with. Ignoring me till the very end, the 2 girls run off towards the storeroom, enthralled by the promise of delicious food. Forget it. They'll be gone soon enough anyways, I say. For now, let's see if Mirari is as good at cooking as she is at cleaning. Alright everybody, I'm gonna call it here for this episode. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for more Wolf Tales.